One. Hello everyone, Eric Leamy here, yet you're watching another episode and video from my secondary YouTube channel and vlog, in which I present to all of you my sentimental thoughts, coming from my heart and my soul, and my mental oddball shenanigans come from my mind and brain. This is EML77 TV, episode 856, everyone. How you guys doing? Wearing my Challenge with the GoBot shirt that I got in yesterday. You got Leader 1, Turbo, Smallfoot, Scooter, Nick, AJ, Matt Hunter, and Dr. Braxis on it. Really cool shirt. I like that. It's really cool. Got it on eBay. And I got my Patriots, custom-made Patriots jersey from Amazon. I showed that to you a couple episodes ago. Or, a couple episodes or 3 episodes ago. So I thought, hope you guys watched it and hope you guys are doing very, very well. Well, time for a Raw ThunderDome recap of September the 14th, 2020. Drew McIntyre came out and addressed Randy Orton. And, and at the top of the program, Dolph Ziggler has been filling in for Samoa Joe, which is really, really cool, because Dolph Ziggler has great knowledge, and I think it will go a long way. So, Tom Phillips and Samoa Joe, we don't know if they were cut or what. We heard about rumors that there'll be more roster cuts, so we'll see. In the meantime, Drew McIntyre addresses Randy Orton, and then Pierce comes out and interrupts McIntyre and said, hey, listen, if Keith Lee defeats you and Randy Orton's not able to make it to Clash of Champions, Keith Lee will take his spot as the #1 contender for your title. McIntyre says, bring it on. Keith Lee had a tense moment with McIntyre in the ring when they shook hands, and kind of like a little tense moment, so it is something else. Street Profits in a Champions versus Champion match against Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits did pick up the win after a hard-fought match. It was Cesaro and Nakamura, and in fact, it was a great matchup. But I'm sure this is not over by a long shot. And Angel Garza's flirting with another woman. This time, Lana. Okay, Angel Garza is an idiot. Okay? He's an idiot. The guy is engaged. Alright, the guy is engaged. Alright? He flirts with Debbie Burnett. This is the first time ever. I think this was a 4-week deal, I think, for Debbie Burnett. So I think Debbie Burnett is done. So I thought she signed up. But no. And Angel Garza... And then Angel Garza walks out on her, walks out on Zelina Vega and Andrade. I'm like, and Zelina Vega had enough after Lana was talking to Garza about her and Natalia and all. Here comes Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega did confront Angel Garza, and then she said, I can't with the both of you anymore. I'm out. And then Andrade and Garza were arguing in Spanish, and all of a sudden they started beating the snot out of each other. Unbelievable, right? I can't believe it. All right, Cedric Alexander came out with the rest of the Hurt Business. They made it official. Cedric tried to explain why. He came out to join the Hurt Business, and all of a sudden, Ricochet came out. Him and Apollo Crews says, listen, we don't need your reason. We're here to fight you. That's it. Alexander and Ricochet fought, and Alexander did pick up the win. Eric and Lashley during that time Eric of the Viking Raiders and Bobby Lashley during that time were brawling. While the Hurt Business was celebrating the victory, lights went out. Here comes Retribution. Retribution say they're tired of sucking up to the machine and everything else, and how they toiled in NXT and at the Performance Center. This is going to be very interesting because now they just gave us a clue. Retribution just gave us a clue of who will be part of who they are, whom they may be, who could they be. Gave us a clue of who could they be, because they mentioned NXT and Performance Center. That's why probably Roy didn't attack NXT. This is going to be a more interesting situation than ever before. So this will be. And then while that was going on, Adam Pearce was upset at security for getting. So who's been letting them in the building? Adam, you better look into your own office crew. You better start doing some interviews and investigations yourself there, Mr. Pierce. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Mickie James how this could be her last shot at the title. And they had the matchup. Asuka did pick up the victory over Mickie James, but it was kind of controversial how the match was finished. They don't know if the referee screwed up or, something happened to Mickie. Did Mickie get hurt? And I know when I think after she rolled out of the head, she was holding her head, so I don't know if it's a concussion or what. Hopefully we'll find out in the upcoming days. while Asuka was celebrating her victory, Zelina Vega came out, said she had enough of Garza and Andrade, a couple of ingrates, and decided to do a whole lot more than just being a manager. And she proceeded to slap the We're All Women's champion. Bad move, sis. Bad move. But Zelina Vega slipped out of the ring. Is she getting to the head of Asuka? Maybe. Maybe not. We will find out in the upcoming 2 weeks before Clash of Champions. And actually, as Adam Pearce yelled at security about all this, Hurt Business come out and confronted, to show up and confronted Adam Pearce. And, he said, hey, listen, we're the Hurt Business. We do whatever we want. We'll take care of retribution and all that. So Adam Pearce extended his hands and thanks for volunteers. Said we don't do charity work. So anyways. So Charlie Caruso did interview Keith Lee. Keith Lee says that him and McIntyre have been friends for a long time. That he was truthful and honest. Says that there'll be a coming time they'll have to fight each other, even if it's for the championship. So Keith Lee is an honest gentleman. God respect that. Very calm when he talks. That's why I like Keith Lee. When he talks, he's very, very calm. He's very, very smooth, and he's a unique man that Keith Lee is. So awesome. Bobby Lashley went one-on-one with the Viking Raiders. Eric Ivar is getting some surgery done on his injury. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Lashley did pick up the victory after hitting the Hurt Lock on Eric. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Kevin Owens about Aleister Black and I believe about Aleister Black. Aleister Black was stalking him, and then afterwards, Raw Underground. Guess who shows up? Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman Strowman's from SmackDown. Braun Strowman and Raw Underground. Oh boy, there is going to be some bodies laid out by Braun Strowman. I can guarantee you that. And then Seth Rollins and Murphy were talking, and Seth Rollins decided, well, guess what? He tells Murphy, in my matchup against Dominic Mysterio, stay in the back. That's what you're going to do. And he snapped, and he slapped Murphy a couple of times. I'm like, what is going on? All right. Then they have a Kit Kat promo with R-Truth talking to a Kit Kat bar, and Liv Morgan grabbing a Kit Kat pack. So, oh boy, it's so funny. R-Truth was hilarious with that promo. Never change R-Truth. I am surprised nobody tried to pin him for the 24/7 title, not even Liv Morgan. More than Liv. And then they had the steel cage match, Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio, in that matchup. And Murphy came out, handed Rollins a kendo stick. Rollins attacked Dominic Mysterio. Murphy tried to help out. And Murphy accidentally slammed the cage door on Seth Rollins. But despite Rollins picking up the victory over Dominic Mysterio, Rollins snapped against, Seth Rollins has gone completely psycho ever since Raw lost at Survivor Series back in 2019. I mean, that's all it all started. When Raw lost at Survivor Series, Seth Rollins tried to take it upon himself to be the leader of Raw. Gee, Seth, you worry too much about Raw being a success, and it's really eating you alive, boy. You even attacked your own disciple, no longer a disciple, totally brutalized Murphy to the point where slammed the steel cage door on him. How does that feel? That sucks. And as the Mysterio family went in the ring to make sure Dominic was okay, comforting Dominic, Aaliyah even made sure that Murphy was okay, Ray's daughter. So I'm like, oh boy, this is not. If I were you, Aaliyah, be careful of Murphy. Maybe that's all a part of Rollins and Murphy's battle plan. I don't know. There's something going on there, and I don't like it. So I'm hoping that Dominic's okay. And then Dolph Ziggler picked up a. That's not fly. Dolph Ziggler picked up a victory. The Riot Squad took on Natalya and Lana. The women's tag team champions Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax were commentating. Riot Squad did pick up the victory, but Natalya and Lana, well, they got their they got their butts kicked by Baszler and Nia Jax. So, and I heard Clash of the Champions, the Riot Squad's got a women's tag team title shot against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Meanwhile, Dolph Ziggler, MVP did replace Ziggler on the Raw commentating table after, as he was going around on the ground. He fought somebody, beat somebody. Riddick Moss decided to challenge Dolph Ziggler, and then Strowman got involved and run on the ground. And then Tony Caruso interviewed McIntyre. Keith Lee confronted Drew McIntyre, and the two fought it out. Oh boy, it's going to go nuts. Raw Underground, Braun Strowman versus Riddick Moss beat him. Titus O'Neil beat him. Ziggler and Moss beat Ziggler. He beat both of them, and then Dabba-Kato confronted Braun Strowman, and Shane McMahon says that match is next week on Raw Underground. Those two are going to go at it. Can somebody explain him? Dabba-Kato is Babatunde, but he's like near 7 feet tall. I'm like, Dabba-Kato, oh boy. Now, Braun Strowman was not in the mood. He was not in a good mood after losing a chance to become Universal Champion. And he's telling off the big guy, Jordan O, and then he's telling off Shane McMahon. I'm like, oh boy. Shane, just let him in. Just let the man in. You know? And, those two confront each other, and Shane McMahon's like, hold up, next week. This match is happening next week. Dabba-Kato versus Braun Strowman. Well, I think one YouTuber commented and said, from one of WWE's videos, imagine Dabba-Kato and Braun Strowman confront each other. And to that YouTuber, you're getting your wish, my friend. Next week, I'm like, oh my gosh. A lot of people are looking, one guy said, imagine Shotzi Blackheart and Io going down on Twitter. That match is happening tomorrow on NXT. Unbelievable. I'm like, holy jeepers creepers. And Kevin Owens and Aleister Black ended up being a no contest for some reason. So they fought, but they fought to a no contest and got really bad. Keith Lee, McIntyre finally went one-on-one. They had a great matchup until Retribution got involved again. Retribution started pounding both Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre. And then the Hurt Business came out, and all of a sudden Retribution's like, you want to go? They started brawling. They started going at it. And Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre just looked at each other, flipped over the rope, and landed on all of them, including the Hurt Business. Like a bowling strike. I'm like, this is going to get interesting. Will they get involved at Clash of Champions? Who knows for sure what's going on? There's something sinister going on in Retribution. Let me tell you, it's going to be something else. But but Retribution did give us a clue about who they might be, because they mentioned NXT. They mentioned they toiled in NXT and the Performance Center. So that kind of narrows it. Now that kind of a difficult decision of who could it be. But I have a feeling that one of them, because one of them was a female. There's two females and the three males. I don't know if that's going to be the original group. And the other's like an aces and eights. And the aces and eights started out with a certain, like a basic number, a lot of number of guys. But there will be a select few that will be unmasked. Maybe this is going to be the case here. So who knows for sure. A lot of situations, I'm telling you, it's a lot of interesting situations. Mandy Rose was shocked that she was trained on Monday Night Raw, but she decided, well, I'm going to go with it. And then she decided to call it Mandy Nights. Oh boy, Mandy Night Raw. It's going to be interestingly good. It's going to be it's going to be interestingly good. So I can't wait. Next week, Monday Night Raw, Dabba-Kato and Braun. I think batting down the hatches for that matchup. Somebody get a lunchbox. Somebody pack a lunch. It's going to be something else. I said another match added to the Clash of Champions. That would be the Women's Tag Team Championship. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax to defend against the Riot Squad. I'm hoping the Riot Squad wins this time. It's going to be an interesting fight, to say the least. Alrighty then, that's all the time we have on the show. On the next episode, I got some interesting stories to tell, and I hope you guys tune in, alright? I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in episode 857. So long.